Namaste. Welcome to your restorative yoga class. We're going to go through about a 30-minute restorative yoga class where we'll focus on simple poses to unlock some tight areas of your body, relieve pain, and induce a deep relaxation and stress relief. We're going to start using a chair or a couch, something about this height or a little higher where you can rest your legs on and come into a nice restorative pose to start. Taking your legs up onto your chair, couch, wherever you have, so that the backs of your legs rest comfortably on your chair. You can use a small pillow underneath your head, not too big. We don't want our head to come out of neutral position. Maintaining neutral position through the spine. Close down your eyes and let your hands come down to the floor beside your body, arms resting slightly away from your body, palms facing up. This is a really nice pose to relax and allow your body to reset before you begin your practice. Allow your mind to calm down. Begin by bringing your awareness to your breathing. Aware of each breath in and each breath out. Observe your natural breathing. And begin to slightly modify your breathing, lengthening slightly, making it a little lighter. So lighter and longer breaths, a little bit more on your inhales, especially in your exhales, lengthen this process. Bringing your awareness into your body now. Feel any areas of tension or pain, and try to breathe into these areas, allow relaxation through your body. With each inhale, breathing into that area of tension or pain, filling it with energy. With every exhalation, allowing a release, a letting go. Now we're going to go through a breathing exercise called a 3-part breath or the full yogic breath. Take your right hand onto your abdomen just below your rib cage, your solar plexuses, and your left hand on your rib cage just below nipple height so you can feel the side and the front of your ribs. The point of this breath is to breathe equally and fully into all sections of the lungs, first breathing into the belly, then into your chest, finally into the upper chest and throat area. This last section is difficult to fill. You just do your best and fill as much of the top of the lungs as you can. So wherever you are in your breathing, exhale now completely. Inhale into stomach, 1, 2, 3, ribs, 1, 2, 3, upper chest and neck, 2, 3, exhaling from top to bottom, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, abdomen, 1, 2, 3, chest, feeling outwards into the sides, upper chest completely filling up your lungs to the brim, exhaling from top to bottom with control, always in and out through your nose. And now complete 2 more rounds of this on your own, with your own timing. As you inhale, beginning with your stomach, feeling your stomach rising up, feeling your chest fill with air, and feeling that last part of your lungs, the very tip at the top. Exhaling with control. Finish your last breath. When you finish, return your hands back down to the floor, palms facing up. And feel a little bit of relaxation you've induced with this breathing technique. Completely relax your physical body. Feel your breath lengthening on the inhales and exhales. And then slowly start to take your feet off of your chair or couch and hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a great big hug. Try to pull the knees directly in line with the hips. If they want to go slightly out to the sides, that's okay. Allow your lower back to lift slightly as you pull your knees in towards your stomach and rib cage. Now feel your breath moving into your legs in this position. Your abdomen pressing against your legs as you inhale and exhale. This gives your internal organs a little massage and release. Continue your breathing, slow and regulated, in and out through your nose. Complete awareness on your breath and in your body. Now on your next inhalation, slowly lift your head up off the ground and try to touch your head to your knees. Curl your whole body into a ball. And begin to gently rock back and forth in this position. If you need to and your chair is getting in the way, feel free to move your chair slightly off your mat or move yourself a little bit away from wherever you're resting your legs. Rocking back and forth and then side to side, giving your low back a little massage on the mat beneath you, the ground beneath you. And rolling in little circles, one direction and the other direction. Then grabbing onto your right knee, slowly straighten out your left leg and lower your head back down to the ground on your exhalation. Now lying flat in your back, pulling your right knee in. Keep your head in a straight line. Make sure your chin doesn't move up too high towards the ceiling. It stays slightly tucked. Your left leg is slightly active. Work to straighten your left leg if you can and press the back of your leg into the ground. This is about a 30% effort. We're not all out ever in this restorative practice. Just enough to increase the stretch through your hips and to encourage proper alignment through your body. 2 more full breaths here. As you exhale, release your right leg down straight. Inhale, left leg up. Grab onto your left knee and pulling it in towards your abdomen. Once again, right leg slightly active, pressing into the ground. Aware of each breath in and each breath out, and the sensations in your body, the stretch through the buttock. Perhaps you have a little pinching in your hip. A little bit's okay, but never hold a pose that makes you feel too uncomfortable. You're always free to come down to rest on your back, place a pillow beneath your knees, or even come back into that first restorative pose we had, if a pose doesn't serve you in this practice. One more conscious breath in and out. And as you exhale, straightening your left leg out, coming to lie flat in your back with palms facing up. Rest for a few breaths in this Shavasana. feel into your body, releasing any tension, anything you're holding on to, relaxing throughout every cell, every muscle in your body. And slowly bending your knees, taking your arms out to shoulder height, first palms facing up. Press equally through both arms into the ground. Feel the back of your hand, arm, and shoulder pressing into the mat equally on both sides. And as you exhale, twist both your knees towards your right. Turn your gaze to look towards your left. Holding this pose, awareness on your breath and in your body. This gentle twist, beginner practice. Each breath in and each breath out, an opportunity to keep the connection with your body and to move slightly further or more relaxed into the pose. Now as you inhale, slowly bring your knees back to center and your head back to center at the same time. Exhale now, knees to the left, your gaze to your right. Keeping both shoulders, arms, and hands pressed into the mat. Awareness of each breath in and each breath out. Pay particular attention that both your shoulders stay pressed firmly into the ground. One last relaxing breath in and out. Now as you inhale slowly, raising knees and head back to center. Taking your palms to face down now. Taking your feet out a little bit wider so they're on the outside edge of your mat. And as you exhale, twisting both your knees to the right and your head to the left. Locking your shoulders, arms, and hands into the ground. And feeling this slightly different stretch into your hips and into your arm line as well as you change the positioning of your hands. With each breath in and each breath out, surrendering and sinking into the pose a little bit further, not just physically but mentally. Becoming a statue within these poses so that your body has a chance to completely absorb and realign while holding the pose. Inhale slowly back to center. Exhale, knees to the left, gaze towards your right hand, locking arms and shoulders into the ground. You may feel in these poses that one side of your body is tighter than the other. And if this is the case, while you're doing this practice on your own, hold the side that's tighter a little longer, even twice as long. And over time, you're going to start to create more of a balance in your body from side to side. Oftentimes, this is the cause of some of the pains in the body, these imbalances. So experiment with your body, feel into it, and in time you'll learn where you need to hold longer, which areas you need to stretch a bit more, where you need strength. Develop this relationship, and your body will thank you as you become master of your own physical body. And on your last inhalation, slowly raise back to center. And resting a moment, stretch your legs out, come back into your Shavasana relaxation pose. Allow these changes to have effect in your body. And then slowly bending your knees once again. I want you to take your heels in about as close to your hips so that you can just touch your heels with your fingertips. Keep your heels in line with your hips. Hands at your sides, palms facing down. Now, if you have a block during this pose, you can use it to come into supported bridge. Otherwise, you can come into a standard bridge. Wherever you are, slowly come up by first engaging your core, flatten your low back against the ground, press your low back into the ground, have equal pressure moving into your entire foot, keep the arch of your foot lifted, press up through your heels, start to lift your hips until they're in line with shoulders and knees. A straight line from your shoulders through to your knees, pressing your hands into the ground at your sides. If you have a block, you can take your block long ways and place it right underneath your tailbone and allow your hips to sink into your block. Now this is a lot better if you have a firm block, a wooden block, or a hard cork block. You can do it with foam, but it's a little bit wobbly. Holding for a few more breaths here. Slightly engage your inner thighs so that without your knees moving, you're pulling together as if you're trying to take your knees together, but there's no movement. The knees stay in line with your big toe. So your inner thighs are working. A few more breaths here. If you have a block, gently lift your hips, remove the block to the side. Wherever you are now, exhaling, and take your hips slowly back down to the mat. Now inhale, lift your right leg up and place your right leg foot onto your left thigh just below the knee. You want your lateral ankle bone, the malleolus, to be just on the outside of the leg. You make this figure 4 shape. Now this may be a stretch for you, and you can stay here. If you would like to increase the stretch, push your knees slightly away from you towards the wall. And if you'd like a deeper stretch, on an exhalation, lifting up through your left foot, grabbing onto the back of your left thigh or the front of your left shin, and pulling in your knee towards your chest. Now work to keep your sacrum flat on the floor. We're not trying to pull up so that we're rounding our low back. Low back stays flat in a natural curve. Pulling your left knee in as far as is comfortable for you. Feeling a stretch to the outside of your right hip. Now ideally in this pose we're able to keep our head and shoulders flat on the ground. If you're not able to and it's uncomfortable for you, you can use a pillow or bolster underneath your head to give you that support. It's better to be comfortable than to force your body into trying to maintain the posture when you just don't have the flexibility to do it or the strength. Keep your awareness on your breath and in your body. Awareness, breath, and consciousness are 3 ABCs of yoga. The more aware you are within your body and on your breath, the higher your consciousness will rise within your practice. And on your next exhalation, slowly lowering your left foot back down and your right foot all the way to the ground as well. Inhale, left foot up. Coming into this stretch, pushing your knees slightly away from you. And you may want to stay here. Maybe on this side you're tighter and this is all you want to do. Or perhaps you're able to move a bit further in. If you'd like to move further in, on an exhalation, pulling that leg up, grabbing onto the back of the thigh or the front of your shin, and pulling your knee in towards your chest. Keep your back in neutral. We're not rounding through the low back. Now with your breath, you can direct it into the areas of your body you're trying to open. So use your breath to breathe into the hip. Feel as if this area is filling with energy, lightness as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel a release, a letting go of tension. And if you're to move further into the pose as your muscles relax as you're holding, do so on an exhalation. Whenever you're feeling that the stretch is becoming less, on an exhalation, gently start to pull a little further in. Three more full breaths in and out in this pose. Let your breath guide you deep within your own body. And in doing so, release some tension also in the mind. Next exhalation, lowering your right foot back down. Your left foot follows. And then join the soles of your feet together. Allow your knees to fall gently onto the sides. Once again, keeping a natural bend in your low back, not allowing excessive arching, and not forcing yourself into a neutral spine. With each breath in and each breath out, allow an opening of your inner thigh muscles. Gently your knees will fall towards the ground. The further in you pull your hips towards your perineum, the greater the stretch you're going to feel in your inner thighs. With just a slight bit of pressure, press your feet towards each other. And with this slight bit of pressure pushing your feet towards each other, now try to stretch, feel your knees stretching away from your inner thighs. So stretching from your inner thighs out into your knees. And then slightly down towards the ground. Awareness on each breath in and each breath out. Listening to your body, where do you feel this stretch? What's the quality of your breath like? The quality of your mind? Are you able to relax through the whole pose? You find your mind wandering? If your mind is wandering in these restorative poses, without any judgment, observe it and return back to your area of awareness, the breath, your body, the present moment you're experiencing. 3 more full breaths in and out in this pose. Inhale, slowly bring your knees up. Use your hands to help this process to make it a smoother transition. And rolling over onto your right side, use your arm as a pillow. Press yourself up using your left hand. Coming into a tabletop position, where your hands are underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, start to drop your belly towards the ground, one vertebrae at a time, moving up your spine towards the top of your head, gazing up at the end. Exhale, begin to round up, beginning with your low back, mid back, all the way into your upper back, angry cat. Inhale down to cow, arching through your back, gazing up. Exhale, like a wave moving through your spine, begin with your tailbone. Move vertebrae by vertebrae up your spine, finishing by tucking your chin. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, arching down. Feel each vertebrae moving one by one, one by one. Exhale, rounding. And inhale, return to neutral spine. Think about a straight line from the top of your head all the way through to your tailbone. The tendency is to have a slight arch in the low back in this position. So slightly tuck your pelvis so that your tailbone moves down and your pubis moves up towards your belly. Neutral spine. As you inhale, lift your right arm up and left leg up. Your arm comes in line with your shoulder, leg comes in line, heel comes in line with your left buttock. Think about the hips stay completely level, as if you could balance a cup of tea on your sacrum. Reach and extend through your fingertips and through your heel away from you. Stretch your body longer. Think about feeling engagement from your right shoulder through to your left glute, your left buttock. Keep your head looking directly down at the ground beneath you. Keeping your left hand spread on the ground so that equal pressure moves into your entire hand. Holding for one more breath. Exhale, lowering your right hand and left knee back down. Inhale, left leg up, left arm up and right leg up. Reach and extend through your left fingertips. Press away with your right heel. Hand in line with shoulder, hip in line with your heel. Hips are level, engagement from left fingertip through to right heel. Right hand spread. One more breath here. Exhale, lowering your left hand and right knee back down. Inhale, right leg up, left knee, or left leg. Right arm, left leg. Holding for a breath. Now we'll move through a dynamic version of this pose. As you exhale, draw your right elbow to your right knee, curling in. Inhale, reach and extend back up. Keep your hips as square and level, stable as possible. Exhale, round in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, right hand, left knee back down. Inhale, left leg, left arm, right leg up. The opposite from last time. Reach and extend for one breath. Exhale, moving into the dynamic version. Elbow to knee. Inhale, reach and extend, fingertips and heel. Exhale, curling in, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach and extend. Engagement through the whole body. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, hand and knee back down. Now, as you exhale, take your knees together, sit your hips back to your heels, hands come to your sides, rest your chest on your knees, your forehead on the ground, palms facing up at your sides. If you can't get your heels all the way down to your buttocks, better to place a bolster underneath and sit down on that bolster so you feel a little bit more supported in this pose. And if you can't get your head all the way down to the ground comfortably, it's okay to use a block to rest your head on that block. Awareness on each breath in and each breath out as you allow your hips to sink towards your heels. Feel yourself rising up on your inhalations. Just feel the chest expanding and rising. You're still staying in the same position. And on your exhale, feel yourself sinking into the ground. I like to think about this like you're a jellyfish in the ocean when you breathe. The inhale lifts and expands your body. The exhale allows you to sink back down. walking your hands out in front of you. On an exhalation, walk both your hands to your right. If straight forward is 12 o'clock, then walk over to 2 o'clock. It can be helpful to rest your head on a block for more comfort in this position. Feel a stretch through your left side body, the left armpit and lat. And use your breath to breathe into this part of your body. You can direct your breath to the left lung and feel a little bit more. Expand this rib cage. Inhale back to center. And exhale to your right over to 10 o'clock. Feel that expansion through the right side body into the right armpit. See if you can walk your right fingertips just a few little centimeters or inches forward. Inhale slowly back to center. Exhale, resting back in child's pose. Inhale, back up. You're going to make your way all the way down onto your belly. Taking your time, lying flat in your stomach. The first pose we're going to move into is Sphinx pose. So slowly start to lift your chest up off the ground and place your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Hands are flat on the ground. Hips remain on the ground and the tops of your feet pressing into the ground. Work to open through your chest. Pull slightly with your elbows to lift a little bit higher away from your stomach, opening the chest just slightly more. Sometimes this pose can cause a bit of tension in the low back. If you're finding you're getting tension in the low back, simply come down and rest with your palms on top of each other and your cheek turned to one side. Focusing on your breathing. Each breath in and each breath out. Exhale, slowly lowering back down. Taking both your hands on top of each other. Turning your head to your left and resting your cheek, the side of your head, on your hands. Taking a few breaths. And turning your head back down so your forehead faces your mat. Stretch both your arms in front of you. Inhale, lift your right arm up and left leg a few inches off the ground with each. Stretch forward with your fingertips. Stretch away with your toes. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Straight, strong and stretching through fingertips, reaching away with your foot. Exhaling back down. Once more per side. Inhale, right arm, left leg, lifting off the ground. You can leave your forehead off the ground or lift just slightly through your head. Exhaling back down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhaling back down. Inhale, both arms up off the ground. Lift your chest, lift your head, lift both your arms. Inhale, both legs off the ground now to stretch and lift. Stretch, lengthen, lift. One more breath. Exhaling all the way back down. Stacking your hands and turning your head to the right, resting the left side of your head on top of your hands, and taking 5 restful breaths here. Pressing your hands into the ground. As you exhale, push your hips all the way up and back. Return into Child's Pose, Balasana. Arms stretched in front of you or at your sides, your preference. If it's more comfortable for you, you're able to take your knees out slightly so your belly can fall between them. And if you can, keeping the knees together or close together. Each breath in and each breath out. Inhaling back up and slowly make your way back. Lying your back once more. Grabbing your strap, unwinding your strap, and taking it around your right foot. With your left leg straight in the ground, or if you're quite stiff, you can take a bend in your left knee. Ideally, left leg is straight, head and shoulders flat on the ground. Grabbing both sides of your strap, working to straighten your right leg, squeeze this front thigh, left leg slightly active, and pull as far as is comfortable for you. Find a nice stretch and hold for 3 breaths. Now, as we're going to go through what's called a P&F stretch, where we're actively trying to lower the leg towards the ground without it moving though, and then move into the deeper stretch. So on your next inhalation, try to lower your leg against the strap towards the ground. About 30% effort. 2, 3, exhale, pull a little bit further in. See if you can find a new position. Inhale towards the ground, engage the leg, try to pull it down. Exhale, release, and pull a little bit further in. Inhale, lower, engage your leg. Exhale, pull a little bit further in. And with this new position, perhaps you can walk your hands a little further up the strap. Breathe into this new position for 5 full breaths. difference now between your right leg and your left. Perhaps your right leg feels a little longer. Taking this same stretch on the left side now, taking your strap around your left foot, straightening out your right leg if you can, or keeping a bend. Now work to straighten your left leg. I'd rather your left leg be straight and your right knee bent than the opposite. Engaging your left thigh muscle, active through your right leg towards the ground if it's straight. And find a comfortable stretch for you. 3 full breaths holding this first stretch. Note where you are. Now inhale, press into the strap, try to lower your leg against the strap. Exhale, release, and pull a bit deeper. Inhale, pressing this against the strap, lower the leg. Exhale, release, and pull a bit deeper. Once more, inhale, pressure against the strap, lowering it, not when it doesn't actually move. Exhale, a little bit deeper, finding a new position, perhaps walking your hand a little bit up your strap. And holding this new position, breathing into the stretch for 5 complete inhales and exhales. Exhale, gently bending your knee, removing the strap, and lowering your left leg all the way back down. Move your strap all the way to the side, and come to lie flat on your back. Now let's taking both arms up above your head, with your palms facing towards each other. As you inhale, work to straighten and stretch through your right heel and your left arm. Take a few breaths here, stretching as much as you can through your right side. Reach away with your heel and reach with your fingertips. Lengthen through your whole right side of your body. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, release. Other side now. Inhale as you start to stretch through your left heel and left fingertips. Stretch, lengthen. Lengthen as much as you can to the left side of your body. Exhale, release. Now bending your knees, bringing both your knees so they're above your hips. Hands out to your side at shoulder height, palms facing down or up. From earlier in the practice, you might have noted that one side felt like a little tighter when your palms are down or when your palms are up. So take whichever one you prefer, which is better for you. Now, if you're not too flexible, grab a bolster to place underneath your knees. As you exhale, slowly shifting your hips, or shifting your knees down, twisting your knees down to the right. Keeping your left shoulder pressed firmly into the ground. Where each breath in and each breath out. Gaze goes towards your left. If you'd like to deepen this stretch slightly, taking your right hand, press into the top of your left knee, both your knees in towards the ground. Work to keep your left shoulder pressed, shoulder, arm, and hand pressed firmly into the ground. Awareness on each breath in and each breath out. Two more full relaxing breaths in and out here. Inhale slowly back to center. Exhale, lowering both your knees to your left, keeping your right shoulder pressed firmly into the ground. And as I said before, if it's too difficult for you to keep your right shoulder on the ground, then use a bolster or block underneath your knees so that you can maintain this posture properly. Turn your gaze towards your right. And if you'd like to move slightly deeper, pressing your left hand into the tops of your knees to increase the stretch. Each breath in and each breath out with full awareness centered within your body. Really starting to wind down now at the end of the practice. With your eyes closed, relaxing as much as possible in the last few breaths of this pose. Inhale slowly back up to center. Drawing both your knees in once more, hugging them in. Inhale, raising your head, try to touch your knee to your forehead. Exhale, lowering your head back down. Take your knees to beside your chest and take the soles of your feet towards the ceiling. Reach around to the outside of your foot and pull down your knees towards the ground beside your chest. Think about keeping your foot directly above your knee, and if you can, keep your lower back flat in the ground. This will increase the stretch as you try to lower your back down your sacrum towards the ground. If this is really difficult for you, you can just grab your knees, grab the front of your shins with your knees bent, and pull your knees down towards the ground. You'll get a similar stretch. Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. Two more full breaths here. Exhale, slowly join the soles of your feet together and begin lowering them down to the ground in front of you. Allow your knees to open up to the sides in the Sapta Baddha Konasana once more. Feel the difference now from the start of your practice to the end. In your body, in your mind, your breath, not just in this pose. And as you exhale, slowly straighten your legs out. Come to Lion Shavasana, corpse pose, your final relaxation posture. If you have a bolster, you take it underneath your knees to make this a little bit more relaxing. If you have a pillow, place it underneath your head, or just roll up the edge of your mat to give you a little bit more support under the back of your head. Awareness on each breath in and each breath out. Eyes are closed, completely relaxed, surrendering to the ground beneath you. Take your time in this pose. Allow yourself this time to completely let go of any tension in your physical body. Shavasana is a time for our body to realign, adjust, and heal. Bring your awareness to your breath. Relax into your breath. Relax through your face, your forehead. Let the forehead go. Eyes, temples, cheeks, nose, lips, and mouth. Completely relaxed into your jaw, neck, shoulders, arms and hands, out into your fingertips, and from your neck and shoulders through your chest and upper back, lower back, abdomen, hips, thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, tops of your feet, soles of your feet, out into your toes, completely relaxed from the tips of your toes to the top of your head, from your crown to your base. Bring your awareness to the sensation of your body against the floor, against your mat, all the points of contact, the back of your head, shoulders, arms and hands, upper back, lower back and hips, backs of your legs, heels. Sink into the ground. Let your body become heavy. Heavy with relaxation. Let your body become so heavy, relaxed in this surrender, that you let go of your body and it begins to float gently above your mat. You're now feeling very light in your body, complete relaxation, lightness in your body. Rest in this state of lightness and relaxation. And slowly, ever so slightly, bring some movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers, your toes, moving your wrists and ankles in circles, stretching now through your whole body. As you inhale, reach both arms above your head, lengthen through your body. Exhale, sigh and release. Then bending your knees, pull your heels towards your buttocks, roll over onto your right side using your arm as a pillow. Take a few breaths here and slowly press yourself up using your left hand into a comfortable seated position. Join your hands together at heart center in a prayer position. With your eyes shut down, feel into your physical body, to your mind, to your breath. Feel the calm, peaceful energy you've created in your body. Relaxation, clarity. And we finish with a final Om to complete the practice. Wherever you are in your breath, exhaling now. Inhale for Om. Om.